It was good. It's your boy, Miss Wonka 7. I'm back and I'm co-signed to go. So I wanted to talk about the Roosh thing. Hold on, let me find the best angle for me. Most angly angle to find shit. So here's what happened. A year ago, Roosh made a pro-rape satire video up on YouTube. I never saw it since I really don't like watching really YouTube videos, stuff like that. I mean, that just sounds like what YouTube has become, a complete cesspool. But it got the feminists really agitated, and I saw some of that reaction last year. However, now a year later, and he's doing these meetups, and this old stuff is coming up again. He's been put out to the mainstream. Mainstream media is taking some attention to him, calling him an MRA, anti-feminist vlogger and blogger, actually, and PUA. They gotta throw that in there. And pretty much, I'm looking into my own eyes. No homo. But pretty much, what happened was now the guy's getting doxxed left and right, and now complete normies. And I'm using normies because normal fags is cursing, and people tell me I gotta chill with that shit. But anyway, they're on his case now. I'm seeing people IRL, like people I dead grew up with, sharing the news posts about Roosh's videos and his meetups. And they're freaking out and they're agitated because they really don't know the whole story. And I doubt the media is going to write a 20-page super detailed letter about him. They don't have the dirt on him that someone alt-right like yours truly would. They don't have that interesting info on him. But pretty much the dude got doxxed courtesy of Anonymous. Now, Anonymous has become super Antifa. If you look up old school Anonymous, it was a completely different meme. It was the green motherfuckers, not the Guy Fawkes motherfuckers. And the personality and rhetoric is different. These guys, on the other hand, take themselves seriously, and they're Antifa, which I would have taken a lot more seriously myself. However, at the end of the day, they're a neutral evil. If they go after someone I really don't care for, such as Roosh or Kanye, it's whatever. If they go after someone who is being unfairly crucified, or someone I actually hold sympathy for, or someone who's a homie of mine in spirit, then I would get a little agitated, as it's probably happened in the past. But it ain't nothing. Like, Roosh called the cops and explained them the situation, and now because of Daily Mail UK, we know that he lives with his mom. Hikikomori style or neat style, and he explained to them the story from beginning to end, including the satire video he made and the meetups, and how he's concerned for his life because now people know where his crib is. Now people know his name. I mean, I think I've seen his name before, or maybe it just seemed like a name that would obviously be his, some kind of Iranian dude. But at the end of the day, dude is pretty much, he's shook now. I don't know how shook he is, how legitimately worried about his own life he is. He might just be taking a reaction he thinks is going to put him on the upper hand by bringing attention to himself as a potential victim. So that's one thing. Around here in the alt-right, there are people who would sympathize for him since it is the Antifa scene that's really going after him. And because he is an anti-feminist, guess what, guys? Let me break it down to you. Let's say something happens to Roosh. There are so many other anti-feminists who are much better in more ways than one in terms of, let's see, intelligence, articulation, narrative, in terms of having better political views all around, and maybe even in terms of having a popular voice. I mean, Roosh has some reach, but even then, if people I know are starting to see this guy because of this, that means his reach still had more ways to go. So I'm not really worried about that. And then there's guys on the alt-right who don't really care for Roosh because he's not a racialist, and in spite of the fact that these past 9 months he's made a lot of progress in terms of the JQ, and that's led him to some conclusions because of these new ideas that we might see as a thumbs up thing. That's pretty cool, but at the end of the day, the reason I'm neutral on Roosh is it really ain't nothing. Like, I'm not gonna really sit here and Michael Jackson it up, eating some popcorn, watching what happens to him. I really hope that they don't fuck his shit up potentially. I doubt it though. And I'm kind of disappointed that he actually canceled his meetups. That's a very low road thing to do. I would try to ride the edge and not really pretend to be concerned about anything that could potentially happen to me. Because these kinds of things people forget about anyway. But what really has me amused is the fact that, again, this dude lives in his mom's basement. I don't know why the most mainstream heads of the manosphere have this situation. Now look, I live in a single mom household too. I ain't gonna front, but this kind of shit is becoming a trope where they specifically live in their mother's basement in a suburbanist area. That kind of takes away from the credence of their masculinity. Now, I'm a younger 20-year-old Twinkie boy, so I'm not going to pretend to be this real man or talk about my own masculinity the way Roosh does. At the same time, I'm probably more edgy, and I'm probably talking about stuff that's more politically incorrect. The whole satire of making rape legal in private property to make women more careful about how they engage in. It brings up a bunch of questions, it begs questions on agency, and it brings up issues of, like, what if someone who comes in who isn't a chick from a bar, or what if it's like a babysitter that's coming into someone else's crib, or what if it's some chick selling Girl Scouts cookies, or what if it's delivery man? Are you gonna start like, can you legally fuck him in the ass? Like, if I go call up Pizza Hut, can I fuck the pizza hut dude in the ass? I know I'm taking satire way too seriously and spriggishly so, but I already know, like, it really ain't nothing. I hope Bruce bounces back from this, but at the end of the day, I'm more concerned with free Bill Cosby than free Roosh. Roosh still has a long ways to go, and I'm sounding way too smug right now. This has been your boy, Mr. Oh, let me tell you one more thing. I actually, because Roosh's name has gotten really popular now. I've looked up Roosh videos from today, and I'm seeing all types of videos. Usually, Roosh isn't something where you'll see multiple videos of on a daily basis, since he doesn't upload every day. And most importantly, he's not the subject of discussion for YouTube videos every day, but I've seen some funny thumbnails of chicks with weird color hair talking about Roosh. I can understand that. But then I see like roasting session videos from black dudes that look like Viners. Damn, that's wallin'. This dude really is drawing attention to himself with people who wouldn't really associate with that sphere. When you got Viner looking dudes. When you get the boy if you don't get looking dudes. So anyway, this has been your boy Mr. Walk 7. Now I'm really concluding this. Aksayame Ikte, everybody.